Hello and welcome to Mailtrap Videos, where we explore the world of emails. In this video, we'll show you how to send emails in Azure via SMTP. Starting in the Azure portal, we need to set up our environment for email sending. This includes linking our domain, setting up some resources, and creating an email communication service in the Azure Marketplace. Before beginning, ensure you have an active Azure subscription, as you need it to create and deploy Azure resources. The good news is that the platform offers a free basic account for 12 months that can be scaled as you go. Alright, let's hit Create Resources and search for Email Communication Service, and add this one. Select your subscription, name your resource, and select your region. Click on Review and Create. Make sure all the details are correct, and then let the system deploy everything. This process usually takes a few minutes. While that's deploying, we can create another communication service. This works in tandem with the email service and enhances our email sending capabilities. The process of creating this resource is similar to the previous one. Once both services are deployed and ready, we can link our domain. This step is crucial as it authenticates your sending domain, improving the deliverability and credibility of your emails. Navigate to the Domains section within your Azure Communication Service resource and click Connect Domain. Select the resource group, the email service, and enter your domain name in the provided field. Azure will then generate a set of DNS records you'll need to add to your domain's DNS settings. This typically includes text, MX, and CNAME records. Let's quickly copy these records over to our domain's DNS settings. Lastly, in Azure, confirm that these records have been added, and the domain name will go into the verification process. After a few minutes, refresh this page, and the domain name will be verified.
Now you have closure.
With your domain verified, the next crucial step is setting up SPF and DKIM records. These records are essential for email security and help prevent email spoofing and phishing by verifying that the emails sent from your domain are legitimate. To do this, simply return to your domain's DNS settings and copy-paste the SPF and DKIM records provided by Azure, following a step-by-step process similar to domain verification. Once you've added these records, you can finish connecting your domain to the email communication service. In order to use this service, we will need these keys for our sending code. In our case, we have two resources, so there is a primary and secondary key. With the initial setup out of the way, let's review the actual sending part. In this example, we'll send our emails via SMTP in Azure and use PowerShell, a task automation and configuration management program from Microsoft. Starting off, we will open a new PowerShell session within Azure. This will be the environment in which we execute the email sending script. Our first step in the PowerShell script is to set up an SMTP server, and we will use Mailtrap for this. The necessary variables for the SMTP server include the server address, the sender, the recipient, the subject, and the message itself. Next, we create an object representing our email message, typically done through a command like this. We then assign our subject to this message object. We'll then craft the email content, mark it as HTML, and configure the SMTP client with the proper server settings. This involves enabling SSL for security and inputting the SMTP credentials, which authenticate our email send request. And the credentials we will use are those from our Mailtrap account. Once everything is in place, we'll send the email by calling the send method on our SMTP object. Lastly, let's run the code and refresh our inbox. And there is our email.
It's perfect. Look at it. It's fantastic.
Next, let's quickly look at how we can leverage NodeMailer within Azure to send our SMTP emails. NodeMailer is a popular module for Node.js that makes sending emails a breeze. First, we installed NodeMailer in our project and configured it with SMTP server details. Now, we'll need our SMTP server's host, port, and credentials, which can be obtained from the email service provider. With NodeMailer configured, we prepare our email options, including the sender's and recipient's email addresses, the subject, and the email body. Then, using NodeMailer's transporter object, we send the email. For demonstration, we'll run this setup locally to ensure that our SMTP email is sent successfully. Let's check our inbox to confirm receipt of the test email, and there it is. This quick NodeMailer demonstration shows just a glimpse of the powerful email capabilities within Azure. Check out the link in the description of this video to learn more about using NodeMailer. Alright, let's shift our focus to Azure Logic Apps for sending SMTP emails. The great thing about Logic Apps is that it allows to automate email sending processes with customizable workflows. So let's begin by creating a new Logic Apps resource in the Azure portal. Give it a descriptive name like Mailtrap Email SMTP. Select the subscription and resource group, and then proceed with the creation.
A few moments later.
Once our Logic Apps is deployed, we can open it and create our email sending workflow. In the Logic Apps Designer, add a recurrence trigger to specify how often you want to send an email. For this example, we'll send it to an email every minute. Following the trigger, we add an action for sending an email. In this case, we choose the SMTP action and create a new connection. Now we need to enter our SMTP server details, including the regular host, port, and credentials, and tick the Enable SSL box. Next, we configure the send email action with our email parameters, such as the from, to, subject, and body fields with the relevant information. For the from field, we use an email address authorized by our SMTP server. Finally, let's save our Logic Apps and let it run according to the schedule set by your trigger. If everything is set up correctly, we should see the email sent from Azure using the SMTP server in our inbox. And the moment of truth. Ta-da! There is our email. That's a wrap for our tutorial on sending emails through Azure via SMTP. We hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by Mailtrap, an email delivery platform to test, send, and control your email infrastructure all in one place. Like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to see more tutorials like this one. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more useful content on email deliverability. See you in the next one.